Still think there's a good chance we'll find them.
All those people out there searching couldn't find them. What makes you think that you can?
A child's life is at stake here.
Tonight here on ITV1, our powerful, intense drama Single-Handed is at 9.
Look at this.
What do you think?
What?
For thousands of years, no creature has divided us quite like this one.
It doesn't get much wilder than this. And it's just a beautiful way to see Britain.
Cats are so strange, they sometimes think they're dogs.
Tell us more about, why Sherlock Holmes appeals to people in Japan. Why is that?
This is the calm before the storm. Oh, trust me, I'm an actor.
Share the journey with ITV1.
I think my baby's dead.
And I still think there's a good chance we'll find them.
All those people out there searching couldn't find them. What makes you think that you can?
If something happens to that kid and we could have prevented it.
We've searched every inch of this place. He could have wandered off and got lost.
Tell me where the child are!
Tell me this isn't what it looks like.
A child's life is at stake here. You just leave me.
To do what? To beat it out?
To get on with my job!
Single-Handed, tonight at 9, ITV1.
Good evening. The latest news, sport and weather now from ITV Wales. A Cardiff schoolgirl boy remains in a coma tonight after allegedly being attacked by Spanish youths whilst on holiday in Mallorca. 16-year-old Alex Hughes, who is a pupil at Rada Comprehensive School, remains in intensive care at a hospital in Palma with his parents at his bedside. His condition's been described as critical, as Catherine Evan-Williams reports.
16-year-old Alex Hughes was with friends and their parents on the Spanish island of Mallorca, but a visit to a nightclub turned the holiday into a nightmare. It's reported that as he and his friends left the club, they were attacked by Spanish boys and Alex was hit over the head with a bottle. His friend's mother knew straight away that something was wrong.
Well, it's just a nightmare really, The mother was absolutely wonderful. In fairness to the parents, they wait up for the children to come in, which was a good thing. And they had a time that they had to be home by. And when he went in and they said what happened, she looked at him and he started being ill. And she got the paramedics immediately. And I think that's what saved his life, that she got him into hospital so quickly. They had to operate immediately. And then Helen and I flew out with their other daughter. And his father then flew in. And it's just a waiting game, really.
As his grandparents read the get well wishes on his Facebook page, Alex's parents sit at his bedside at the hospital in Palma.
His father's an intensive care consultant and my daughter works on the coronary care unit, so they're used to seeing people in this position, but it's entirely different when it's your own. But I have to say that the medical care there, my son-in-law and daughter are very pleased with, very, very pleased with. So that's something.
The holiday had been a treat for Alex after he'd finished his GCSEs. The Rada Comprehensive School pupil was due to return to school in September to study for his A-levels. Now his family are just hoping they'll hear some good news and that Alex will be home soon. Catherine Evan-Williams, ITV Wales News in Aberdare.
Welsh police forces paid out more than £200,000 to informers last year. That's according to figures released under the Freedom of Information Act. South Wales Police was the biggest spender, paying informers nearly £140,000 in total. But all four forces have defended the payments. They argue that they provide a vital source of intelligence, help them to solve crimes and protect the public. Now, many of our Welsh troops are having to face the dangers of fighting on the front line in Afghanistan. So it was a welcome break for some of them when they were able to go on holiday with some four-legged friends. The Household Cavalry and its 150 horses swapped their barracks for the Norfolk coast, giving them a chance to escape the demands of military life, as Victoria Heath reports.
Charging along the vast expanse of the coastline, these soldiers and horses are having a well-deserved break. The Household Cavalry Mounted Regiment are just about to begin 3 hard weeks of training. But before it all starts, both troops and horses are taking some time out with nature.
So this is an opportunity for them to come and feel, the sun on their skin and get a bit of water on their hooves. They're like commuters, really. They spend all their time chained up to a wall in a stalls in London, so to get out and have a bit of the open country is lovely for them.
In just 4 months' time, many of these soldiers will be deployed to Afghanistan to fight for their country. Corporal Rod Evans is from Powers and says it's a chance to get away from the demands of military life.
A lot of the younger lads that we've got out here, 17, 18-year-old lads that we've got, have not even been in the army 5 minutes. It's just a good opportunity for them to get out and get around and just enjoy the other side of the Household Cavalry, the mounted side.
If you're getting a confident horse, then it'll go straight in. But you need to, if you've got like the newer horses, they need to be followed into, they need to follow a confident horse into them.
For most of the year, these horses practice and perform ceremonial duties like the Trooping the Colour Parade. Galloping along the endless stretch of coastline gives them the freedom they rarely have, even if it did attract some strange looks. Victoria Heath, ITV Wales News.
From transforming the lives of youngsters hooked on drink and drugs to encouraging people with disabilities to perform on stage. This is what 3 very special projects in Wales have used lottery funding for. And they've been so successful at making a difference that they've beaten off competition from hundreds of other worthy projects to make it through to the National Lottery Award finals. Justina Simpson has been looking at how they've improved their communities and found themselves in the running for these prestigious prizes.
Swapping street corners for this skate park has transformed the lives of youngsters in Ferndale.
A lot of these children could have gone down the road of drink, drugs and bad behaviour, ASBOs and crime. But because of this facility and the work that these people do, I've seen a lot of people that could have gone down that road go down the road of skateboarding and become really nice people.
Yeah, this is better than staying on the street drinking, causing trouble.
The Odyssey Theatre in Cardiff has certainly given its members something to sing and dance about. For the last 6 years, people with disabilities have performed alongside able-bodied people in what is a truly unique theatre group.
We are doing a teamwork in it. It's been friends and the group. I love acting.
You feel included, no matter what disability you have or ability you have, You could be the world's greatest actor, not saying anything, or the world's worst actor, It makes no difference, everyone is welcome.
For the last 10 years, the Feel Good Factory in Bryn Cynnon has given people of all ages something to smile about. From art classes to ladies' lunches, it's brightened up the lives of those facing difficult times.
Whether it's childcare problems, family relationships, health problems, whether they're elderly people who are vulnerable and isolated, the Feel Good Factory is here for everybody in this community and the surrounding communities. It's a really special place.
So 3 Welsh projects are all up for different awards. But one thing's for sure, they've all made the most of their lottery funding.
The sport now, and the football season began yesterday, and Cardiff, Swansea and Wrexham were in action, all of them looking to begin their campaigns for promotion with victories. He was a favourite of the fans at Ninian Park, and Michael Chopra did what he does best at Cardiff's new home, score goals, although his first was a bit of an accident. The Bluebirds' second came 10 minutes later, Ross McCormack signalling his commitment to the club with a solid display, helping to set up Jay Bothroyd, who made it 2-0 within half an hour. and Bothroyd's fancy footwork was instrumental in their third. His backheel pass seized upon by Chopra, who drilled his shot into the net. 22,000 fans had made the trip to the Bluebirds' new home, and they all saw the foul on Chris Burke, the resulting penalty taken and executed by Peter Whittingham to give Cardiff a 4-0 win. And that puts them at the top of the table on goal difference, although to say it's early days is an understatement. However, manager Dave Jones pleased with his team's performance, while Swansea boss Paulo Sousa expects more from his side. Ashley Williams did score first to put them 1-up against Leicester, but the Midlands team fought back to level proceedings. Martin Waghorn with the goal, with a little help from Gary Monk. With 10 minutes to go, Danny Nagesson got number 2, sealing a 2-1 victory for newly promoted Leicester. Talking of promotion, that's what Wrexham want, the North Wales side desperate to get out of the Blue Square Premier, and they started their campaign in fine form, beating Eastbourne by 3-0. Turning to rugby, and Wales coach Warren Gatland has received a boost ahead of the new season, with 2 senior players saying they will be fit for the autumn internationals, which begin in 3 months' time. Gethin Jenkins and Martin Williams were both injured on the British and Irish Lions tour of South Africa, but they say some high-tech treatment means they're making rapid recoveries and will be available for Wales's opening game against the All Blacks. Well, let's take a look at the weather now. And yesterday, James Wright was at the Brecon Jazz Festival, predicting plenty of sunshine. Today, we sent him to the multicultural Mela in Cardiff Bay, where he's been soaking up the colours, sounds and flavours of the East.